आया गुरु चरण गाओ सही। भक्ति प्यारे भाया मने पसंद आया। भक्ति प्यारे भाया गुरु चरण। गुरु हमारे शिवानंद भगवान हमारे शिवानंद। गुरु हमारे चिदानंद भगवान हमारे चिदानंद। गुरु हमारे कृष्णानंद भगवान हमारे कृष्णानंद। भक्ति प्यारे भाया गुरु चरण। भक्ति मुझे मिला गुरु चरण। भक्ति मैंने पाया गुरु चरण। गुरु हमारे शिवानंद भगवान हमारे शिवानंद। गुरु हमारे शिवानंद भगवान हमारे शिवानंद। ओम नमो भगवते शिवानंदाय। ओम नमो भगवते शिवानंदाय। ओम नमो भगवते शिवानंदाय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
हरि ओम। हम आभार प्रकट करते हैं पूज्य स्वामी वैकुंठानंद जी महाराज को। गुरु महिमा, अपार महिमा, गुरु महिमा, गुरुदेव की कृपा उनके ऊपर इतना है, सब साधकों को अपना आशीर्वाणी से मुग्ध कर दिए। अभी याद आता है हावड़ा स्टेशन में ये सेवक स्वामी जी को सेंड ऑफ दिया था, डून एक्सप्रेस में बिठा के। आज महामहिम श्री गुरुदेव के समाधि मंदिर में सारा विश्व शांति के लिए पूजा दे रहे हैं और आज लाभान्वित किए अपना प्रवचन से। बार बार कृतज्ञता देते हैं परम पूज्य स्वामी वैकुंठानंद जी महाराज को। अभी प्रार्थना करते हैं परम पूज्य प्रेसिडेंट स्वामी जी महाराज मंच पर विराजमान करने के लिए। परम पूज्य स्वामी योग स्वरूपानंद जी महाराज, परमाध्यक्ष महाराज 1964 से महाराज का दर्शन हम करते हैं और 1979 में योग वेदांत फॉरेस्ट एकेडमी फास्ट कोर्स जब हुआ, स्वादिया जी का रोल नंबर था नंबर 1, चित्तरंजन महांती का था रोल नंबर 2। हम सबसे छात्र थे। परम पूज्य स्वामी जी महाराज अध्यापना करते थे। हम श्रीमद् भगवत गीता पाठ किए हैं स्वामी जी महाराज के सानिध्य से। परम पूज्य प्रेसिडेंट स्वामी जी हमारा परम गौरव है। गुरुदेव की महिमा विख्यात कर रहे हैं. We sincerely, honestly pray Param Pujya President Swamiji Maharaj to kindly bless and guide the sadhaks for expansion of divine life movement to bring world peace. Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.
Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaya.
Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya.
Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya.
Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya.
Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Our worshipful Gurudev wrote so many books, nearly more than 565 books are there, but his teachings are very, very simple and direct. It will go to our heart. Not only that, our Gurudev wrote so many inspiring stories also, so that spiritual life is not merely something always thinking about that which is impossible to conceive through our mind, and he brought it in a simple story form also. You know, we are reading the Bhagavad Gita, Amritashtakam, and also the Bhagavad Gita is such, especially from 13th to 18th chapters, they glorify about the God which is all pervading. First group of 6 chapters, they explain what is this I. Second group of 6 chapters, from 7 to 12, they explain what is this visible universe. And third group of 6 chapters explain what is God. The moment you get up in the morning, first we are conscious of this body, immediately we are conscious of the entire universe outside. Then the question will come, how this visible universe came into existence, which everybody know it is created by God. Hence, there are 3 things we feel. I, the visible universe, and who created these 2, we call it a God. But in spite of all the hearing everything, we got a doubt. हम लोग सब सुनते हैं भगवान सर्वव्यापी हैं, सारा विश्व है उसी का रूप है, और हम भी हमारा शरीर में भी, और इंद्रिया और मन भगवान का है, भगवान का मैनिफेस्टेशन है, भगवान ही है. इसलिए भगवद गीता कहते हैं सब कुछ है मैं हूँ, एवरीथिंग इज मैनिफेस्टेड बाय मी. बट इन स्पाइट ऑफ ऑल द हियरिंग, सब कुछ सुनते हैं, फिर हमारा मन में हमेशा कुछ संशय रहता है. इस संशय को कैसे दूर कर सकता है? गुरुदेव बहुत इंस्पायरिंग स्टोरीज में बहुत कहानी बोला है, कह रखे हैं. बहुत हम लोग ये कहानी सुनने में बहुत हम लोगों को बहुत विश्वास बन सकता है, और हम लोगों को जो कुछ संशय है उसको पार कर सकता है. ऐसा है, एक राजा थे, राजा के पास अच्छा मंत्री थे, मंत्री भी पढ़ा लिखा शास्त्र ज्ञानवान थे. रोज मंत्री जाते थे, सारा शास्त्र सुनाते थे. दैट मिनिस्टर वॉज वेरी वाइज एंड ही यूज्ड टू सजेस्ट टू द किंग, मानव सेवा है माधव सेवा. इट मीन्स सर्विंग द पब्लिक citizens in this country is real seva to God. This was always emphasizing this point to the king. Whatever the minister said, the king was doing. The minister said, you construct hospitals, construct schools, construct wells, and do maximum charity. All these things he was doing. And one day the king asked the minister, whatever you said I do it, but by reading the scriptures, you are telling God realization alone will give real happiness. Only mukti alone is necessary, and for that we will have to do all our actions. Gurudev also wrote, God realization is the only goal of life. And he was telling mukti, mukti. And then now, king put 3 questions to the minister. First, you said, God is everything, God is everything, God only does everything. Please tell me how God exists. आप बताइए भगवान कैसे रहते हैं इसी दुनिया में. Then God, which direction is seeing? That was the second question. Which direction God is seeing now? Then third question is, what God is doing just now? Now, all these years you are studying the scriptures, you are telling me, now you give me liberation just now. I want that mukti only. What all you said, I did it. जो कुछ अब कहते रहा, हम लोग जो करते रहा, मैं करते रहता हूँ. फिर अभी मेरे को भगवान का प्राप्ति मुक्ति चाहिए, हमका आनंद भी चाहिए, मुक्ति चाहिए, अभी दे दो. That minister said, how can I give mukti? No, no, no. You said mukti alone give shanti. Mukti alone is a goal of life. What all you said, I did it. Now you give me mukti now. If you won't give, you know, punishment I can give you. I will cut your head now. That minister was shivering. I said, how can I give mukti? You will have to do sadhana. No, no, no. What all you said, I did it. Now you give me mukti. Then king was little compassionate. I will give 24 hours. You go back tomorrow morning and give me mukti. That minister was shivering. Then whenever he returns from the palace, he has got a granddaughter of 8 years old. And whenever minister used to return from the palace, he used to play with his granddaughter. And किसी टाइम पर पैलेस से घर को वापस जाते थे, अपना पोती के साथ खेलते थे. उसी दिन ये मिनिस्टर को सोचा, आज आखिर दिन है, मैं कैसे मुक्ति दे सकता हूँ, कल मैं मुक्ति नहीं दे सकता, इसलिए मेरा जीवन जाएगा. इसलिए वो कुछ खेल नहीं सकता था, बात नहीं कर सकता था. He could not speak, he could not talk to her, he was become so much worried. Then the granddaughter began to pester him. What happened to you? All these years you are playing with me. I was waiting for you, but today you are not talking to me. What happened to you? She pestered, then he said, oh, king put me 3 questions to me. How God exists, which direction he is doing, and what he is doing just now. This granddaughter said, what is this? They are very simple questions. When I go to school, my teacher put so many questions from morning to evening. After so many years, king put only 3 questions to you. Why can't you answer it? No, how can I give mukti? How can I tell how God exists? And how can I tell him which direction he is seeing? Oh, they are all very simple. I know the answer. Then he said, the granddaughter insisted, tomorrow you send me to the palace. I will go and answer all the 3 questions to the king. Then next day, the minister wrote a note to another minister. Today, I will not come to the palace. My granddaughter will come and answer all the 3 questions. Then king was sitting in the throne. He was looking at the minister's seat. That minister was not there. ये जो कुछ मिनिस्टर बैठते थे उसी जगह में मिनिस्टर नहीं थे. फिर किंग पूछते रहा उसको क्या हो गया. मैं आज आके 3 सवाल को जवाब देना था, नहीं आ पाया, क्या हो गया, ये भाग गया, क्या है. He said, another minister said, no, he sent his granddaughter, she will come and answer to you. Then king was surprised. I know his granddaughter, she was very young, only 8 years old. How she can answer, which his minister could not answer. Then she came, entered the hall, she saluted all people, she came near the throne, she said, O king, I am very, very happy, I salute to you, you are the ruler of this kingdom. You told my grandfather, you will have to answer 3 questions. If you won't answer, you will banish him or kill him. Now I am ready to answer your 3 questions. No, please, what are the answers you tell? The granddaughter said, the small girl said, no, that is not the proper way to answer. You are the questioner, I am the answerer. Hence give me proper place to sit or stand. When I answer, others also should know my answer is right or wrong. Then king was enamored by this courage and confidence of this young girl. He said, all right, I will give you next seat to my throne. You come and sit. No, I will stand and answer to you. Then girl asked, what is your first question? How God exists? Is everybody tell God is all pervading everywhere? How God exists? He said, it is a very simple thing. Next to the throne, they used to keep so many things for the king to drink. So many fruit juice, milk and other things. She went near the throne. He took the one vessel which contains milk. जो कुछ बर्तन में दूध थे, उसी बर्तन को दिखाया, ये राजा, ये क्या है? O king, what it is this? Oh, it is milk. Oh, it is only milk. But tell me, what are all the things that you can take from the milk? इस दूध से क्या क्या कर सकता है, बन सकता है? Oh, from milk you can make curd, yogurt. From curd you can take buttermilk. From buttermilk you can get butter. From butter you make it ghee. It means from milk, curd, buttermilk, butter and ghee, all the 5 things you can make from the milk. Can you, king, all the 5 things exist in the milk, can you show them separately? Not possible. Similarly, God exists in all names and forms of this universe. It is inseparable. God from all these names and forms. Like a milk exists in all the 5 manifestations of curd, buttermilk, butter and ghee, God exists in all names and forms of this universe. Without God, nothing can exist. He is all-pervading, eternal, imperishable, unthinkable, ancient. It is called God. It is because of Him the entire universe exists, and we can see entire God in all these names and forms. That is beautifully explained in the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And if you want to see, that is, we have a divine vision, changing the angle of vision. It is called a Divya Chakshu. It means we cannot do anything in this world. We will have to change our angle of vision. इसका दृष्टिकोण को बदलना चाहिए, दुनिया को बदल नहीं सकता है. Then king was so much enamored by this answer of this young girl. Oh, you are very wise. You answered it in a very simple way. Now I could not think like that. You are fit to be sitting in the throne. I offer this throne. You can sit and rule the kingdom. The girl said, no, another 2 more questions are there. If you won't answer, you will cut my head. Hence, what is your next question? Next question, दूसरा सवाल क्या है? भगवान किसी दिशा में देख रहा है? Which direction God is seeing? In those days, there was no electric lights. There's only wick lamps will be there. Big wick lamps, they used to be there near the entire palace. She went near the throne, there was a wick lamp was there. Oh, king, what is this? Oh, it is a lamp. And look at it. The lamp is, which direction it is shining? Oh, it is shining always. And look at it, it is not only shining always, under the wick lamp, it shows its own shadow also. It means, not only the light, even the darkness also illuminated by the light of the same wick lamp. Similarly, God is seeing everything. God also seeing good and bad, which we are doing also. Because we human beings, in our mind, something good, something bad, due to lack of proper understanding. Hence, we will have to change the angle of vision. We can feel the presence of God. If you feel that God is seeing us at all, every moment of life, our Guru is seeing every moment of life, can we do anything that which is against law of nature? Hence, we must see God is illuminating all directions. God is seeing everything. He is seeing good and bad. For God, as a consciousness, there is no good and bad. Because so long we are in the, as I said, Sharirika Dharma, Indriya Dharma, Mano Dharma and Buddhi Dharma, in these dharmas we live, there is good and bad. But in a Chaitanya Dharma, which is beyond the Buddhi, there is no good and bad at all. It is similar to space. आकाश में कुछ बुरा है नहीं है, अच्छा भी नहीं है. आकाश किसी तरह से पोल्यूशन भी नहीं होता है. आकाश में पोल्यूशन नहीं होता है और वायु में पोल्यूशन होता है. इसलिए आकाश है, सारा चैतन्य का लक्षण है, आकाश में भी है. इसलिए भगवान 9वां अध्याय में आई एग्जिस्ट लाइक ए स्पेस. ममैवांसो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातन मनष्ठानि इंद्रियाणि इंद्रिय रूप. Also ममैवांसो, also he said, I exist like a space. And similarly, God is seeing all directions. God is no way polluted, contaminated. Good and bad only in Jiva Srishti and Jiva Drishti, and in God vision, in God there is nothing good and bad. Oh, she said, by hearing this second answer to this by this small girl, king said, you are really great, you are really wise. Now come and sit in the throne. He said, one more question is there. What he said? Oh, what God is doing just now. Oh, that is not difficult. But O king, You are offering me to sit in the throne. 2-3 times you are asking me. Now, at least give me permission to sit in your throne for 1 hour. Then king said, definitely not 1 hour, you can rule the kingdom also. He got down from the throne, make the girl with his own hands made her to sit in the throne. The moment she sat in the throne, she commanded, O king, you go and stand there. All the ministers, you go and stand there. Then his grandfather was standing outside the hall. He said, what are you doing? He ran to the king. He said, oh, king, you should not ask the king to stand. No, I am not doing. It is God is doing everything. And whatever happens is nothing but done by God. The king, the small girl never thought that she wanted to sit in the throne. It is the king's impression from the beginning. You sit in the throne, and because of king's intention, the girl also agreed. Hence, king is nothing but manifestation of God. And whatever king says, Yatha Raja Tada Praja, we will have to follow it. Similarly, in our own body, who is the king? Beyond the body, beyond the senses, beyond the mind, beyond the intellect, it is said that self alone is the king of all kings. Hence, if you really, that is the purpose of meditation also. It is not merely closing the eyes, it is not merely blocking the nostrils, it is not merely thinking something else, because if you make the mind silent, automatically it goes its own essential nature. That is the definition of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. Immediately next aphorism is Tada Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam. Because mind is essentially consciousness. Hence it rests its own essential nature spontaneously. Hence what you will have to do in the name of sadhana, by keeping the body healthy and directing our senses, mind and intellect towards the divine, naturally we can go beyond the so-called limitations. Hence, this is beautifully described in the 13th chapter. You know, we feel we are human beings, we got our intellect is so powerful, we can discriminate everything. That wrong notion is beautifully removed by the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Generally, our mind can never entertain 2 thoughts simultaneously, it will entertain only 1 thought. Our intellect also cannot discriminate, and also it has got its own limitation. To understand the limitation of the mind and limitation of the intellect, the 13th chapter, 13th verse. These numbers you can easily remember. Sarvendriya Gunabhasam, Sarvata Panipadam, Sarvata Panipadam. It means God's hands, legs, eyes, nose, mouth, everywhere. Can you conceive this idea through your intellection? Sarvata Panipadam, Sarvatendri Siromukam, Sarvata Srutmaloke, Sarvam Avrutya Tishtati. God tells in 13th chapter, 13th verse, I have got hands, legs, eyes, nose, ears, everywhere. Can you conceive this idea through your intellect? Where there is eye, there is no ear. Where there is ear, there is no mouth. Where there is a mouth, no hands and legs. But for God, hands, legs, eyes, mouth, ears, everywhere. Can you conceive this form of God? Hence, our intellect will not conceive it. Hence, our intellect is very, very limited. Hence, by reading the 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga, by seeing the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, then 12th chapter is called Bhakti Yoga, we become really humble and simple. But any little doubt is there, that also removed by the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is such, and no chance for us to express our so-called limitation or ego. If reading the Bhagavad Gita, essence of the Bhagavad Gita again is repeat that word Gita, 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 Gita. Gita means Tyagi, means you will have to renounce. What you will have to renounce? Renunciation of wrong notions about the I, renunciation of wrong notion about the visible universe, renunciation of wrong notions about God. Then Bhagavad Gita tells what you will have to do. One word of the essence of Bhagavad Gita is repeat that word. Two words of the Bhagavad Gita is Yogastha Kuru. Establish in yoga and do your duty. What is yoga? It is not merely bending the body. It is not merely closing the eyes. Hence, in the 6th chapter, Lord Krishna gives a beautiful definition about yoga. Tam vidyat dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga sannitam. Let that be known by the name of yoga, a state of separation from all limitations. That is called yoga. Normally, when I ask what is yoga, generally they tell yoga is a union. When God is all-pervading, when there is no existence for I, or is the question of union, hence Bhagavad Gita tells that so-called wrong notions of limitations should be removed. That is called yoga. Yoga means, let that be known by the name of yoga, a state of mind separate from all limitations. Look at it, what are the limitations of our mind? Our mind has got three conditioning, Jagrata, Swapna and Sushupti, waking, dream and deep sleep state. And these are the conditioning of the mind. In the waking state, we feel, I am real, all the bodies are real, in the universe they are real. In dream state, it is nothing purely internal, it is the mental condition, it is the mind creates all forms, and mind creates all the senses, and mind creates the entire universe and enjoys it. It's a mental action, it is called internal. In dreamless deep sleep state, in Sushupti, neither I nor this universe, we see as it were only darkness. Hence, it is a conditioning of the mind. It is called a meditation. As per the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, what is the definition of meditation? Dhyanam nirvishayam manaha. Freeing the mind of all thought process or materialistic thoughts. And normally, all our thoughts are connected with the object of this universe. But God's name is no way connected with this universe. Hence, God's name is the only way to get rid of our mental conditionings. Hence, it is called mantras, divine name. But merely repeating mantras is not sufficient. What is the difference between mantra and japa? Mentally repeating again God's name is mantra. It becomes jap only you feel the meaning. That is the fundamental difference between mantra and japa. Hence, we do mantras, we do likita mantras, but it becomes a mechanical. But unless you feel that meaning of that mantra, then alone it's taken as a japa. Hence, you may do likita japa or mental japa, manasik japa. Feeling is more important. We are human beings. We feel. Feeling comes in prana. Prana also, there are so many levels of manifestation of prana. Look at it, in our head, so much hair is there. If you cut the hair, you won't feel pain. Nail also grows, prana is there, but you won't feel pain when you cut it. Hence, in this universe also, there are different levels of manifestation of prana. Most important, subtlest prana is called vyana. Prana, by which we breathe out. Apana, by which you breathe in. Equalizing force is called samana. And fourth one is called udana, by which we speak. At the time of death, It is the udana that separates gross body and subtle body. But fifth one is called vyana, which is all pervading. Hence, that is very, very important. Hence, because of vyana, this body connected with the entire universe. Hence, vyana is very, very important. And if you repeat mantra, feeling that all pervasive nature of the divine, Om Namo Narayanaya, if you repeat, we feel you are not merely the body, we become one with the all-pervading light of consciousness. That we must feel it. Then alone there is the effect of mantra japa in our body, mind, sense and the intellect. That is the meaning of all mantras. Whatever mantra it may be, it shows, it feels, it reveals that light of consciousness alone is the reality. For that alone we surrender. Because surrender means there is no place for I and mine. That is very, very important of japa. When you repeat any name of God, you feel that you are nothing but light of consciousness beyond all names and forms. And mantra japa is very important. When you repeat mantra japa, feeling with this feeling that all-pervading consciousness, automatically mind will drop off. It means mantra will drop off. It means japa will lead to ajapa, not by sleep, but with full awareness. That is the fundamental difference between waking state and dreamless deep sleep state. In waking state, there is an awareness. In dreamless deep sleep state, all conditions are not there, but we see darkness as it were. Here, meditation is positive aspect of waking state plus dreamless deep sleep state. What is the positive aspect of waking state? Jagrata avastha ka positive aspect kya hai? Body is there, all limitations are there. Simultaneously, there is awareness. In dreamless deep sleep state, there is no limitedness, it is unlimitedness, but we are unaware. Combination of these awareness and unlimitedness of dreamless deep sleep state, both should be joined. Then alone it is called a dhyana or meditation. Then if you sit for meditation, naturally without bodily consciousness, senses, sensory function, sensations, when there is no mentation, when there is no discrimination of function of the intellect, then naturally meditation comes just like a sleep comes. Hence, japa is very, very important. Our Gurudev emphasizes daily you let get up at Brahma Muhurta. What is the importance of Brahma Muhurta? You have to get up at 4 o'clock. There is no lame excuses. No phone calls will come. No one will come and disturb you. Hence, during the night, your body and mind and senses are completely relaxed. The moment to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock, have a wash, take bath and sit. At the time, very easily you can repeat God's name and we can do meditation also, because someone will tell at the time also when you get sleep, hence we'll have to do Kapalabhati or pranayamas. If you do it, then sleep won't come. Pranayamas are very, very important. Hence, when you do pranayamas, first you do, it's called a Nadisodhan pranayam. It clears both the nostrils. Then you do Kapalabhati. It means all our thinking and also more blood flows to our head. Then you will not get sleep. Then third pranayama should be Bhastika pranayama. It increases the heat in the system. Simultaneously, the lethargy will go. Then fourth pranayama immediately cools the system. Sitali and Sitari pranayamas you will have to do. These pranayamas are very, very important. When you do Nadisodhan pranayama, concentration only on the nostrils so that nasal passages will be clear. Then automatically concentration goes in between the eyebrows. It is said in waking state, seat of the mind is in between the eyebrows. At the time, concentrate when you do, especially any pranayama, especially the Kapalabhati, concentrate only on the skull. If concentration goes to some other place, you won't feel comfortable. Hence, for every pranayama, there is a place of concentration. And then in Bhastik pranayama, when you do it, concentration should be on the abdomen or navel center. Hence, entire prana is activated, then prana will go upwards. Hence, it is called urdhvaretas. Then pranayama, by doing Bhastrika, when the prana goes up, then more heat also will be there. Immediately do Sitali and Sitkar pranayamas. At the time, concentrate on the lungs or heart center. It cools the system immediately. After this Bhastrika, Kapalabhati, concentrate on the throat center, do Ujjayi pranayam. Ujjayi pranayama is very, very important. It is not only relaxes the body, it relaxes the mind also. Hence, by doing Ujjayi pranayama for some time, these pranayama can be done all people. After doing savasana, even heart patients, high blood pressure patients also can do Ujjayi pranayamas. Then, it is called Sukhapurak pranayam. Normally, pranayama means they do it. This is one of the most important pranayamas. This, in the beginning, do 1, 2, 2. Breathing for 2 seconds, retention for 2 seconds, exhalation for 2 seconds. And after some time, increase the retention 1, 4, 2. Then by doing this, concentration in between the eyebrows, your entire prana will be moved towards upward, and your body also relax, your mind also relax. After doing this Sukhapurak pranayama or Anulom Vilom pranayama, after some minimum start with 6 rounds, week by add, increase it. After doing Sukhapurak pranayama or Anulom Vilom pranayam, lastly you do Brahmari pranayam. Brahmari pranayama is very, very important, because if you do breathe in the beginning, breathe out, producing just like a black bee or honey bee. This pranayama activate every cell, and finally concentration will go to the crown of the head. If you do this Brahmari pranayama, automatically your sleep will go, your body is completely rejuvenated, your mind become calm, then you can feel a sense of freshness, and you feel a divine divinity entered your being. Hence, in the beginning, you do at least minimum 8 or 10 times. After some time, mind will become calm. And japa also will be dropped off. Then you can be a Sakshi Chaitanya, or witnessing consciousness of everything. This is called beginning of meditation, because so many clouds will come and go, it will not affect the sky. Similarly, so many thoughts will come and go, it will not affect our mind or essential nature or Atma or consciousness. Hence, you become a witnessing consciousness of everything in our own body. After some years of regular practice, then you feel whatever action you do, whatever happens to you, you are nothing but a Sakshi Chaitanya or witnessing consciousness. Hence, our Gurudev brought this importance of all these yogas. Whatever action you do, whatever practice you do, finally you surrender to the Supreme. Then it is said, Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. It means then alone we can feel our own self, our Guru and God, they are nothing but one single homogeneous consciousness. This you will have to feel daily in the morning and evening. After some time, then you can be, like as said by Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, what after hearing entire Bhagavad Gita, what Arjuna said? Nashto mohaha smruti labdva. What is that smruti or memory? Our essential memory is all-pervading eternal consciousness. To feel that only we do all the practice of yogas. After reading the Bhagavad Gita, after listening to the teachings of Lord Krishna, in the battlefield, Arjuna tells, Nashto moha smruti labdva. Then finally what he said? Yadhechasi tada kuru. Krishna said, you do whatever you want to do, because every one of us, due to our own prarabdha karma, we take births in different places, and due to fulfill our own desires, we take birth. But simultaneously, fulfilling all our desires, simultaneously, wherever we may be, we can realize the God by following teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, teachings of worshipful Gurudev. Hence, God, our worshipful Gurudev again emphasizes, God's protecting hands are always around you. Through daily repetition of God's name, continue your spiritual practices, you can realize God in this life itself. That should be our aim in life. Hence, may the grace of the Almighty, worshipful Gurudev be ever upon us all. Let us continue the asanas, pranayamas, dhyana, meditation, and then follow the teachings of Gurudev and realize the self in this life itself. That should be our aim in life. Then, after someone asks Gurudev, you are telling God realization, what will happen after God realization? It was a summer, Gurudev jokingly said, eat curd rice and go to sleep. It means mind is completely free from all limitations. It means in summer if you eat curd rice you get so much sleep, and here sleep means transcending body consciousness, transcending senses, mind and intellect, and then goal of life is self-realization, is God realization. Enter Bhagavad Gita teachings is most important verse, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Raja Ahantva Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Isyami Masuchaha. It is Lord Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman Parityaja. What are the dharmas? Sharirika dharma, Indriya dharma, Mano dharma, Buddhi dharma we must transcend. Sarvadharman Parityaja. Surrender to the supreme all-pervading consciousness which is called Krishna, Rama and Shiva. Then automatically we feel one that universal consciousness. Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Vraja Ahantva Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Isyami. Moksha means we are no way even now bound by anything. Due to our wrong thinking, we feel we are bound. If by right thinking, we are free from all the so much limitations or litigations or bandhas. Hence, by fortunate due to meritorious good actions of our own previous lives, we came in contact worshipful Gurudev, worshipful Chidanji Maharaj, worshipful Krishnaji Maharaj. Hence, let us have that self-confidence with their own blessings. We can also realize the God or all-pervading consciousness should be our way of thinking. There is no place for negative thinking in life. Then result will be good, and whatever you do, it will be not only good to you and good to all beings. Hence, once again, I request all the devotees of Gurudev, let us be good and do good, and wish you all the best. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
We extend our deep gratitude to Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj. We are extremely thankful and grateful for Swamiji Maharaj's inspiring instructions to sadhaks. Let us all follow implicitly Swamiji Maharaj's instructions. This afternoon session will be